is going to be called app.rb. But you gotta make sure that you have, sorry for the voice, but you gotta make sure that you have, Ruby installed if you don't. So you gotta go to Ruby, download, and then go to download Ruby. I really suggest you just pick out one of the stable releases since they're more stable, unlike the preview releases, which preview basically is not stable and sometimes could crash your PC, sometimes could damage it. So yeah, so let's get straight to it. So what we're going to be doing is called the put method. Puts method is basically tells your PC to run, when you run this, tells your PC to display like put Kevin, or how should I say, puts Mars Eden. You go to new terminal, and then we're gonna do, if you install Ruby, well yeah, you should, Ruby app.rb. It will display, oh we forgot to save it, you have to save this, and then rerun the command, and it'll say Mars Eden. So puts can be done with a lot of things. The second thing we're going to be learning is called print. Print is used mainly for getting the user's value. Now we're just going to be describing this really first. So we're going to say, what is your first name? Now if we just save this and run it, it only tells us this, and then we probably could say Kevin, but that doesn't work. So the best way is to create another value called name, then equal to gets.chomp. This will get anything that's up, like this will get, the gets.chomp method will get any value and the puts right above it, not too above. If you're looking for like this, like puts 1, and then we'll just say puts name to say the name, it will not display, it will not, okay look, so look, so if I run the command Ruby app.rb, right, and it's 1, so 1, I want to type in 1, and it says 1, but the thing is, it doesn't get the thing, like, okay, I'll just say it very simply, it doesn't get the value, if you're trying to do the gets.chomp, it doesn't get the value for this guy, but it gets the value for this guy, so you better watch out for that. Now we're going to be creating now, this is basically what we need, and the puts method, it could be done with the 6699, which is quotes, which what we normally use, but if you're just printing out a simple describe variable, then you only need to type name itself. So now that we're pretty clear with the puts method and the name, or how should we say, variables, we're going to be moving on to an app. It's going to go to a small application. It's going to be called a bot to say name. And we're gonna be learning another thing. So first, we're gonna be puts, and we're gonna say the name of our app. I'm gonna say for bot name, bot to name. And then there's this method called 20.times. This is basically working with numbers now. The 20 is very simple. This is like writing English. 20 is how many, like, okay, times, and then we could write any number that you want to times by. For instance, I want to type 100, and then you gotta always have curly braces, double space, and go to the center, and then you want to print, not puts, but prints. And then I could put like Kevin for this instance, and it'll say Kevin. But for this, we just want a divider for our app. So we're just going to do a little smaller, 20.times. You might be asking, but why can't I just do a name equals to 20 times a string, the ash. this would not work. So if we do puts name, it would not work because simply there's a relationship in between these. See, it has a traceback failed. You see, because this string cannot be converted into integer. Now, if you want to, there's a way .to underscore. It is a method to change anything, like dot change the current string to underscore s, which is a string, but we're our string, so we want an integer. Now it will be at 0 since it's times by nothing. So there's really no point. And plus, this is really difficult. So we're just gonna do 20 dot times. We'll just snip to it. And then I want to say puts what is your name? First name. How about that? First name. And then we're do and call it a first. We're gonna create a variable name equal to gets.chomp. And then we're gonna write another thing called second puts, another puts to say for the last name. What is your last name? And then we do last underscore name equals to gets.chomp to get the value. So now, if we just do this, and then there's another method called sleep, which basically is really cool. So it's basically like, and then we could do like it's very cool. It just stops the program for like a few seconds, like sleep. Curly braces 0.5 seconds, a half a second, and then it will sleep. It will just basically stop. Kevin, and then we'll cease 0.5 seconds. But now you're asking, I don't want to have like this thing here. What is your name? This is too ugly. I don't want it to be like that. So then you got it very simple. Puts empty, and then we'll be done. So now what I want to do is we want to say the first name in caps, all the names in caps, and then puts here, and then we'll say let's just put rendering your name into funny characters. And then what we do is we do the sleep method, which we should freeze 3 seconds, and then we're going to do puts, which sleeps it as if it's actually rendering in an actual application. We're going to be doing first name .to underscore uppercase, I believe. So let's just run this. Kevin, blue, and during 3 seconds, and then the traceback function. No method error. This is actually, so then we could just .to. Well, we don't even need to do that. We could just do .to. Actually, you know what? Let's just do plus puts. What's probably like blah plus last name. And then if we run this, it'll be Kevin. My name is Kevin. Blue. Rendering your name into funny characters. And it'll be Kevin blah blah. Well, you might be thinking, look, I don't want the space here. Very simple. Add another space here. Add another space here. Even if you format it unsafe, it won't be formatted to this. Now, after this, we basically know the put statement and the 20.time statement, sleep statement, and the gets.chomp statement. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. See you guys later. Bye.